All right. Hey, hello. And we are, it's Michael Macintosh. How are you all doing? Um, I just wanted to come on here and talk a little bit, answer some questions if anybody has any, because I've been on media lately, radio and whatnot. And, the media doesn't really give me the opportunity to ever talk or explain things fully or clearly because guys, you know what their agenda is. Their agenda is not to actually really get to the bottom of things. It's just to get hits and get traffic and um, make a freak show out of my story and any story really, so that you got it and sensationalize it, so that you guys out there in what they call consumer world will gossip about it and generate more traffic for them so they can sell more advertising and get more revenue. And they don't actually care about getting the truth out or the actual story out, which is why I'm actually really grateful for YouTube right now. I have not had a single problem that I can recollect with them censoring or editing any information or that I've endeavored to get across here. Was there one time? Or was there something? There might have been one thing, but generally, they've been all right. I'm sure they could do better, as all media could. And I mean all media. I mean, there's not a single media or tech company or any sort of informational outlet that doesn't engage in some form of censorship. And frankly, I'm sick of it. I think that if they really want to call themselves social media platforms and public platforms and this kind of thing, they really should not engage in censorship of any kind. If you guys don't want your kids looking at something, don't let them use the damn computer. Don't let them watch the TV. Watch and make sure that they're not watching what you don't want them to be exposed to. That's on you, the adults of this world. Um, so, you know, I mean, yeah, technically they have the perhaps the right to do that, but it's very un-American, and it's not keeping within the spirit of our Constitution. And they gotta lighten up, gotta lighten up. The most popular and successful platforms ever in the history of free speech are ones that do not and did not and never did and never will engage in any form of censorship or uh, abridging expression. So, guys, take a tip. If you want your company to be more successful, stop trying to scrutinize everything that everybody is putting out there and trying to curtail freedom of speech. It's not going to help you. It's not going to help society. It's only going to help your enemies, really. People who are trying to ultimately control you and control society. And inevitably, if you give them any more power, they will try to control your companies, your businesses, take more money from you, take more taxes, uh, force you into all kinds of compromising positions. I want you guys to be successful. I want YouTube to be successful. I want any and all media companies to be successful, but you gotta not put the cart before the horse, right? Right. You gotta be brave. You gotta be willing to let the truth come out. And really, that's how you're going to be the most successful. So personally, I support any company that's endeavoring to uh, make and facilitate avenues of free speech. So far, I'm pretty grateful to YouTube for allowing me to come on here and actually talk to people and answer questions without, you know, being interrupted or censored or being manipulated into thinking one thing or people trying to put words in my mouth anyway. At least, I mean, I'm hard to manipulate. It's hard to manipulate my thinking on things, um, but
Yeah.
people put words in my mouth sometimes to try to accuse me of things. They try to say that I mean one thing when I mean another, and they do the same thing with Donald Trump. They do the same thing with any person who's coming from a more conservative angle on things, and that's just the nature of media. And they wonder why they're not as successful as they could be. Well, guys, you gotta stop your hostility towards conservative viewpoint and Christian viewpoints, and um, understand that you know we're actually trying to help you guys, and you're hurting the people who are trying to help you, which is stupid. So you know, fight the real enemy, as Sinead O'Connor said. Fight the real enemy, right? We're not your enemy, okay? Um, the real enemy is people who want to control you and dominate the narrative and force you to disseminate and control the narrative, disseminate only one narrative and control anything that doesn't conform to it. So, and of course, slander and defame anybody who doesn't conform to that agenda if everything else fails. So, and that's usually what happens. You guys can't, you can never win with that approach. So, all you end up doing is just slandering and trash talking and lying about people. And that doesn't work either. It just makes you guys look really bad and exposes you for what you really are, which is, hate filled, uh, anti Christian, anti American, anti constitutional, anti freedom, anti free speech, anti freedom of religion in the sense that the Constitution means it, uh, anti freedom of thought, freedom of choice, anti individual liberties, individuality. You got to stop. It's that simple. And if you continue at this, if you guys continue, all of you, I'm not talking to any one specific person, but I'm saying if you, all of you collectively, continue this course, it's not going to work out well for you. So I want you guys to succeed. I'm begging you to hear what I'm saying and for your own good, as someone who wants to, you know, be a bit more respectful. And if you if you preach tolerance, then why can't you be tolerant of viewpoints that you disagree with? Why can't you respect the freedom of speech of those who don't share the same or express the same ideas as you? It just shows that you don't really believe in freedom of speech, right? Right. Now, I, as a person on the conservative side of things and who is a Christian, I do consider myself a believer in the Bible and Jesus Christ. Um, there are people who I completely disagree with. Absolutely 100% disagree with in this world. I would have very little, if anything, in common with plenty of people. However, I would do nothing to abridge their freedom of expression, their right to personal belief, which is what the Constitution means by freedom of religion. I would never think about making or creating a law that, or wanting to create a law that would force people to hold an establishment of religion one establishment of religion in higher regard than any other form of religion. That is very un-American. That's what our First Amendment is all about. You guys are doing the opposite, and you dare call yourself progressive when you're attacking something that is protecting you. So understand what you're dealing with and who your real enemy is. It's not the people who support, defend, and protect the Constitution, or people who believe in God, who believe in Jesus Christ, who, you know, just simply want to be left alone and have their freedom and rights respected, just like everybody else in this world has the right to do. That we don't even have that right to do in other countries besides the United States of America and countries that are now based on the United States of America, the Constitution of the United States. So understand what you're doing. It's not progressive, it's regressive, it's harmful, it's harming you, it's harming the people who are helping you. You're attacking those who are protecting and defending you and protecting and defending your rights. Give it up. And these are your final warnings, guys. I mean, if you guys keep it up, you're going to leave those of us who will support, defend, and protect the Constitution because we understand the value of what's written in there. You're going to leave us with no choice but to literally, physically defend ourselves against your aggression, against your attacks. So we don't want that. We just want to be left alone. We just want to be respected and treated equally under the law, like everybody else. And you guys don't want to let us have that. And it's been that way for a long time now. A long time. So trying to get with the program. And I understand that our current president is trying to bring things back to the way they were before that stuff all started happening with Bush, the fake Republican, and Obama, the fake American. So understand that President Trump is not your enemy. He is not trying to take something from you. He's trying to give something back to you that you gave up, that you gave away. You guys sold your birthright for a bowl of stew. What happened to that guy in the Bible that did that? What happened to the Lamech, right? Esau. Okay, Esau. Look up Esau in the Bible.
Jacob became Israel.
See what happened to Esau.
He didn't have birth.
Mm-hmm. He lost out. How do you stop defamation, slander, or threats to another? That's not freedom of speech, Eric. It's not what we're talking about. We're talking about simple expression. We're talking about just communicating. And those are different categories that don't fall under free speech. That's why there are specific laws about defamation, slander, and threatening people. Like, I have the right to express my views on things. I don't have the right to make stuff up about people and spread it all over the internet or the media. I don't have the right to make anybody feel afraid or in fear for their lives. I don't have the and this is what the left wing does to people such as myself. It's what they've been doing nonstop to President Trump since since he announced he was running for president. They had no problem with him before he decided to run for president. And then when he decided to run for president as a Republican and stand up for traditional American values and use his personal wealth to promote and defend and protect basic American values. They went after him like sharks in a tank. That is just not right. He does not deserve that. And he made a lot of people, they made a lot of people think that he was the bad guy. And they're trying to do the same to me already. I don't know what I can do about that other than, I'm warning you guys, I'm not as nice as Donald Trump. Not you, Eric. Not you, Flat Club. But I'm saying that if I end up as president, I am not going to be as nice about that sort of stuff. I will treat it with equal or greater measure of reciprocation by whatever legal means I can apply as president. And I will do that for other people as well because, nobody should have to put up with that. And the law is designed to protect people from that kind of stuff and to protect people's right to express themselves. Just because you disagree with somebody does not give you the right to defame, slander, or threaten them. I'm not threatening anybody. I'm not saying I'm going to come after you guys and bludgeon you in your sleep in the middle of the night or something like that. Or like I'm going to, take out your family because you're saying something that I don't agree with. No. I'm saying that if you slander maliciously and defame people maliciously, I'm just going to enforce the law. And I'm going to look at setting up systems whereby you're not going to be able to do that on the internet because, it's out of hand. It really has gotten out of hand. There's too much slander, too much defamation, to the point of where people don't even know that our current president is not a bad guy. He's trying to help us people. And people out there think that he's trying to like eat their babies in the middle of the night and lock kids up in cages and stuff. It's like this stuff was happening before Donald Trump got anywhere near the White House. Okay? Our people in our government have been doing all manner of horrible, corrupt, evil things for years and years. And now you guys want to blame things on Donald Trump, who just got in literally like 2 years ago, right? He's never been in government in his life. And now they want to blame everything on him. It's like, are you kidding me? Do you think we're stupid? And they're already doing it to me.
Yeah.
Already.
The video's not showing up as live.
They're already trying to do it to me. What is it?
Oh, no, I was because I said something.
Okay.
Like, how has this been going?
So, you know what? I'm going to look at finding another way to communicate with you guys via the web that doesn't involve a third party like this platform, YouTube.
It took 20 minutes for it to show up as live on my subscription.
Really?
Yeah. They're usually like other people, they show up with right away.
Okay. I guess I'm being curtailed here by some feature on this site already. So maybe they don't want me talking about this, but you know.
No, don't stop yet because now people are actually getting notified that you're.
Okay. How are you? So people are only just now finding out that I've been on here for 25 minutes talking about this stuff. So
Yeah. Well, that's what happens
according
most.
to what my wife has just said, the notification just showed up in her subscriptions
No, it's gone again. Anyway.
that I came on live. So I don't know. I don't know what they're trying to pull. If their system's just not very good or defective, or there's a built-in feature to try to limit the narrative here, which wouldn't surprise me. But what do you mean by quantum financial system? I don't know what the quantum financial system is. I don't know what that is. What is that? Um, I think if you're focusing on just money, you're you're kind of missing the point of everything I've been talking about so far, which is that time travel is real, and we're going to be able to make time travel available to the public by 2028. Yeah, I don't think that has any relevance to what I've been talking about, other than the fact that Bitcoin is likely going to be 100 grand by the end of this year and $1 million by the end of 2020. If you do the mathematical projections. And if you don't see how that could help you in your life, I don't know what to tell you other than keep looking for answers because, you know, I don't, I think if you can't realize that those things are both true, and if you don't know how to apply that information, um, you might really be getting uh, misinformation on what the purpose of life is. Because the purpose of life is not to serve money, it's not to serve a system that controls you with money. The purpose of life is to live. And none of us are really doing that right now. We're just eking out an existence in a way that, you know, makes us, most of us, minimally happy at best. And doesn't really work for most people. You know? I don't know. I mean, not to say that I'm ungrateful for anything. I'm not ungrateful. I'm grateful. But can you stop using acronyms because I don't know what you mean by GCR. What's GCR? Global Currency Reserve, cryptocurrency. I don't know what relevance that is to anything I've been talking about. Are you looking for financial advice from me or something? Because that's not what I'm here for. Maybe you should talk with a financial advisor or something. Um, I'm here to campaign for president of the United States in 2024, not give predictions or be a fortune teller of some sort. And I'm here to tell you that I know that I'm going to be president of the United States because of time travel. And I've told you guys this 6 years in advance now of 2024, the 2024 election. I first said that in 2018, right? Was it? Okay. Excuse me while I take some CBD oil here and calm myself down a little bit. Um, okay. Yeah, I've told you guys 6 years, almost 6 years in advance that I'm going to be president in 2024, and that I know this because of time travel. Now, if that doesn't happen, then clearly I'm either insane or a liar or something, or the timeline gets changed. Um, if that does happen, then perhaps that should be even further evidence that time travel is real and that I've done that, right? Is that a logical assumption? It can at least be taken as perhaps evidence, right? It can. Or it could be taken as evidence that I created my own presidency by saying that time travel is real so that you guys voted for me. Um, and then I got into office and didn't do anything about it. But that could be you know, that's a possibility, one possibility to consider. I'm encouraging you to consider all possibilities here. I'm not asking you to take my word for anything. This could be what it is, right? But it isn't. I would not waste my time. I don't want to be president. I really don't. Like, I have so many things I could be doing instead with my life. Like, frankly, this whole YouTube channel is a waste of my time on a personal level. Um, this whole campaign for president is a waste of my time. There are so many other things I could be doing. And Oregon House is going to be a waste of my time on a personal level. So I'm not doing this to get something out of it. I could be getting so much more out of the system than doing this. I hope you guys understand that. I'm doing this because I want to help people, first of all. And secondly, I want to help get the truth out. And thirdly, um, I think ultimately getting the truth out is going to help everybody and make the world uh, a much better place, make life and existence on this planet for human beings much better. I'm not doing this for myself. If I were purely selfish, if my motives for doing this were selfish, I would just not do it and I would be doing something else. You know, I could be a billionaire in business, just like Donald Trump, if I really wanted to. Instead, I've taken time out of my life to come on here and talk about. In fact, I could be a trillionaire. And that's no word of a lie. Like, I'm not even kidding you. Instead, I'm taking time out of my life to come on here and let you guys know that I'm here for you. I'm here to help make this happen. And I'm telling the truth about my experiences with time travel, with extraterrestrials. And I know that our government has advanced technology based on extraterrestrial technology. And that extraterrestrials have advanced technology that they are willing to share with us if we're willing to work to get our act together collectively a bit better in terms of how we treat each other as people, how nations treat each other. and etc. And um, that we can do that and make it safe for the public to have access to this technology by 2028 if we work really hard and clear up a lot of the problems pertaining to, especially the state's national security, like revolution, for clearing that issue up virtually entirely is completely abolish institutional religion worldwide. That seems like a huge task. However, you can make these things happen. Can you think of any reason not to? I can't. Okay. This is Michael Macintosh. This is Michael Macintosh's Sharpie. Have a good whatever.